Cool. Hi, Michelle. This is your portfolio review. Thank you for donating. Yeah, much appreciated. And let's dig in. Cool. Can I click on your link? Dope. Michelle G, story artist. Cool. Nice little line boil there. Cool. Story artist, limited in-house contract work, Midnight Kid Studios. Okay. Cool. Steakhouse. Cool. Okay, cool. So I got a nice little about you, which is dope. Your story stuff is right up front. Dope. I'm saying dope a lot. Sorry. Cool. I'm letting your sequences load. Nice. Got some fun drawings there. Business Onion. Cool. So script. Let's go forward. Assuming I can hit the arrow keys. Maybe I cannot. All right. Let me try arrow keys now. Nope. All right. Cool. That may just be my computer. We shall see. Cool. Good morning. 8:30 a.m. Turns it. Cool. Business Onion. Cool. Cool. Okay. Cool. So your boards are a quick read, which is good. Okay. Something about your stuff. I found myself being entertained. Like I'm actually interested in what's gonna happen next. Okay. All right. You're definitely revealing new information with each cut. So I'm entertained by what's going on, and then you cut to a different point of view just at the right time, and you cut to yeah. Then you cut here, and then you get a funny reveal here. So yeah, I'm definitely entertained by the way that you're switching point of view and each cut that you're revealing new information. So I'm like something about your stuff is really intriguing. So I want to dig into it a little more. See if I can use the arrows on this one. Nah, stupid computer. Okay, so these dogs are waiting at the door for something. Cuts off. Okay, okay. Okay. So you haven't cut yet. Well, I mean, you've cut a little earlier. But, oh, wait, what was that? Sorry, I was talking and not paying attention. Drags in. Oh, okay. So we're not supposed to know what it is. Cool. It's a reveal. Pull out. What the fuck? What? I don't know what that is. Pulled in. I'm not sure what that is. I was not expecting it, but I'm not sure what that is. Oh, okay. So she just the dog. Oh, so are you saying the dog? So the dog made a painting. I'm not sure what happened, but I feel like. Oh, okay. I'm waiting for you to come home, so I made a painting. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, so maybe that could have been revealed. Maybe that could have been revealed, but so maybe a little earlier, like. So maybe while the dog is off screen here, you could have heard some or just have some sound effects of like painting noises. Just done some dialogue down there of painting noises, some paint flying off from off screen, et cetera, to make it clear that the dog was working on something from the side, on the side, and then maybe the dog comes back with a paintbrush in his mouth to make it super clear that he painted the portrait. And then I think I needed some additional information at the end here, just to make it clear that that's a painting of their master. Yeah, maybe at the beginning too. Maybe at the beginning, there's they look at a photo, or like on that initial shot. All right, I gotta go all the way back. Dope. Maybe on that initial shot, where they look, they cool. They hear something. Ooh. Maybe there's a paint. Maybe there's like a photo here. And they're looking from the photo to the door, and then the photo to the door, and then they hear something. Or you start with a photo. You start with a photo, and then you go to the door, and then you go to the dogs. Some way to make it clear that you're their keeper, and that they're waiting for you. I think that was the only thing that I was missing. And then once the reveal at the end that they've painted a picture of you, and that satisfies it. I need a little more information just to understand that was a picture of you. Maybe Snuggles up next to it, or something like that. So just a little bit more information. It was almost there, but pantomime is really, really hard to do. All right, let's see. Now, by the way, I'm intrigued by your stuff because your first sequence had some good storytelling, and you were almost there on the second one. So I'm intrigued by it. Cool. Shuts off the lights, gets out the door, looks out. Okay, cool. Okay, so he's got 2 daughters. Just let me live. Nice. Or let me live. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, so overall, like I'm intrigued. Really intrigued by your stuff because uh, it's showing a capacity for storytelling and knowing when to cut and knowing when to knowing what new information to reveal. And you did a nice job in that first sequence of red meaning down and green meaning up, and then you just did a nice rim light later where you knew that you had established that red equals down and green equals up, and so all you did instead of showing the light, instead of showing the light the second time that it switches, you just used the color changing rim light on the character, and we didn't even need to see the indicator light. So I mean, you're doing some really nice storytelling here, and I'm like, I dig your stuff. So I would, as a recruiter, I'd be like, okay, all right, this person is getting it. Tests. So who did you test? Oh, is this for Bigfoot and Gray? Oh no, just Bigfoot. Okay, cool. All right. So you've got some testing stuff. All right, cool. I don't know what show that is. I'm not sure what show that is either. Okay. Cool. All right, fun. So you got some fun comics, personal work. Dope. Commercial work. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Nice. All right, dope. So looking at your stuff, yeah, you've definitely got some storytelling experience. You're definitely getting there, and you're definitely uh, your sequences are definitely showing that you know how to tell a story visually and when to cut, what new information to show, et cetera, et cetera. So, like as a recruiter, I would look at your stuff and probably put it on the hot list and be like, this person, has some non-studio experience but has some storytelling experience. Um, and is looking pretty good, and I would be excited just to look at your stuff. Be excited to see you to bring you in for your interview. Just meet, see what you're into, see if you're interested into, or see if you're interested in, like the Story Apprentice program, that kind of thing. I'm not quite sure that your drawing is yet there for excuse me, just for straight up storyboard artists. Your shots are pretty appealing. There's a little bit of clumsiness in the drawings, so not necessarily as stylized, or like your tree shapes could be a little more a little simpler, a little more appealing. Like you have good perspective here. This is nice, and that was a nice pull out. And you have some really fun posing and some really fun acting with Business Sunny, and it's clear that he's super excited about it. And you get some nice posing and character work. Um, so yeah, I'd be interested. I would, for you, it feels like you're on the cusp of of being ready for a TV production or the studio system or something like that. Um, I would see if you can get some storyboard tests from I don't know if you've tested for big TV shows, and I'm assuming that that's what you want to do. That you want to be like on a TV comedy show, something like that. Um, I would see if I can get a story test for a show. I don't know, a show like Craig of the Creek, or or a Cartoon Network show. Thundercats Go, or Thundercats. Is it Thundercats Roar now? Thundercats Roar. Um, a somewhat cartoony, maybe a Nickelodeon show, maybe Loud House, maybe something like that. Something kind of fun and cartoony. See if you can get a test for that, the type of thing that Nickelodeon was making like in the early 2000s, or that like Cartoon Network is doing. Yeah, I would look for something like that. Yeah, how do you just ask for an art test? Storyboard tests are a thing. It depends on the studio. Some studios don't want to DreamWorks is pretty intense about not testing people unless excuse me, unless there are opportunities available. Like DreamWorks does not want to waste your time with tests if there's no opportunity, or if they don't think like that your work is quite up there. Disney's the same way. Nickelodeon will test pretty openly, so you can often get a test just by asking if you know somebody on a production, just by asking like, hey, I'd like to take a storyboard test just for practice. Would that be okay? Somebody on a DreamWorks show or somebody on a Nickelodeon show might do that. Somebody at Cartoon Network might do that. Like, hey, just say, hey, can I take a storyboard test just for practice, and make it clear that it's just for practice. And then, if you're tweeting at somebody, or if you know somebody on a show at Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon or DreamWorks, something like that, sometimes they can smuggle you out a test. I'm happy to give out practice tests, just with a very clear expectation of like, yeah, we don't have jobs available, but here is a practice test just for your own practice. Because then once you start taking practice tests, then it starts looking like you might have worked in the industry, which is like the best way to get a job in the industry is make it look like you've already had a job in the industry, which is the worst advice that I can give possible, but it's also true. Ask around to see if you can take a storyboard test. If you want to DM me, I'll see if I can smuggle you out a home test, or on Trolls we don't have a specific test, but I know a bunch of other shows that do. I have a SpongeBob test. I have an old Fairly Odd Parents test if you're interested. But again, it would only be for practice, just for fun. Or I could see if I could get, like, if you let me know what like your favorite show is on Cartoon Network or something like that, what kind of show you would love to work on. I could see if I could get a test for practice. But yeah, your stuff is really fun, and your drawings, like, you've definitely got a style. It's very clear what kind of show you would want to work on. Assuming that your work is the same type of work that you would want to do professionally, what kind of show you would want to work on. But I think you're doing a good job of presenting yourself and your work, and it's clear that there's good stuff. There's good stuff in your storytelling, and I'm intrigued by your work, and I'm intrigued where the business onion sequence is going. So yeah, I would say you're close. You're on the cusp. Just keep plugging along at it. Yeah, and be in and stay in touch. Cool. Thank you so much, Michelle. Hope that was helpful. I'm going to end the recording now. Cool.